Welcome back, ladies and gents. Shout out to the fan that told me my mullet was the best mullet today, because it obviously is. Tate's sucks. We had Brooks Austin on, aka the film guy. A little bit of a different episode. We talked a lot of football, Georgia football, and other things related. You guys go hit him up on his socials. He does an awesome job in the film room. He's a film guru. We talked our favorite college football players of all time for our tier talk. Don't miss our fist pump feature of the week. I had like 7 of them, so it was awesome. Also hit us up on our socials and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Real Talk WRT. Tune in for an awesome episode. Love y'all.
And that coach up in Athens got them boys playing pretty good ball. Anyway, I love you, son. Go Dogs.
Are we rolling?
Yeah.
Probably. We're rolling.
Yeah.
All right, so to kick off the show tonight, we got a little, in honor of the boys, Bussin with the boys, shout out, no free shout out. Compty and the boys sent us some shirts. Compton. Year 10 is still alive. Back-to-back national champions, repping the boys. Appreciate you, Will and Taylor. Thanks, guys, for the shirts.
I have one complaint for them. They sent 5 2Xs.
Oh, wow.
No 3Xs?
No 3Xs, 10 XLs and 10 larges. That's my only complaint.
Listen, send them. I'll take them.
I'll take a large.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Like
They're gone.
our O-line, we need 3Xs, 4Xs. Like, my gosh.
Yeah, Mims came up to me. He's like, "Oh, let me get a shirt." I was like, "I don't think you're going to fit this one, buddy."
You would think
You can't get into it. Well, I guess it's the length, right? The length on
Well,
the 2X.
I got one bone to pick too. That we got to get a combo episode with them. I mean, Will commented on one of our tweets, gave the looking emoji. Like, we got to get up to Nashville, get an invite from the boys, get up there and do a show with the
You
film.
don't got to convince me to go to Nashville.
I mean,
If Vandy was good at football, I'm there.
Bussin with the boys. Your boys are ready to come up to Nashville. Let us know when. Defending national champs. All right, we're gonna kick off tonight's episode. By the way, we got Brooks Austin, aka the film guy himself.
What's up, boys? What's up?
We're gonna do our fist pump feature of the week. Do you know have you seen our fist pump feature of the week before?
I'm assuming this is a tip to Tiger.
Dude, I love it that when our guests are coming on now, we don't have to explain every single segment.
Yeah.
Like, these are guys that are watching. So yeah, Tiger Woods fist pump feature of the week. Something that was unbelievable that happened to you this week. It could be anything from the last Oreo in the bag that you didn't think was there.
Nah, dude, it's like nowadays I'm in the point in my life where all these like amazing moments are about my children.
Yeah.
So a little bit about me. I have a 2.5-year-old and a daughter who is about 7 months old, and my son is just like all over the place at this point, and he's kind of like taking the reservation off. You know what I mean? Like there's no more like governor on whatever he's doing.
Just
like
full throttle.
Bro, when he's going, he's full tilt. And like the new one at the park has been like his ability to play hide and seek has just, I mean, overnight.
He's elite.
So much better. I mean, now he's like hiding. He'll like want to find you. He's like doing all the good stuff that hide and seek's supposed to be doing, even down to the counting. Like he'll even, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like he wants to count as loud and as fast as he can. He's like cheating, doing all the good stuff that you're supposed to be doing as elite hide and seeker, no doubt.
Dude, I love it. He's got all the great spots in the house.
Right
That, like
there.
he knows where to go.
Oh,
He's
even
hiding.
at the park too, like finding new spots at the
Dude.
park. Like he's getting after it.
I will
no
say
doubt.
that was one of the best things. Like when I would have friends over when we were younger, playing hide and seek in the yard and stuff. Like you knew where to go, and they weren't gonna find you. Like
I completely disagree. I couldn't fit in the good spots.
So, honest to God, my problem with hide and seek growing up was obviously too big, right? Too big and too robust. Like you're a tall kid probably growing up. I was round, fire hydrant. But my problem is the breathing. Like, dude, I'm a mouth breather. Like, bro, you can hear me breathing from, like a good feet away. And yeah, it was horrible at the hide and seek and was just awful at being quiet in general, which has kind of served purpose nowadays. But yeah, back in the day, not great at it.
I love it.
At all.
All right, so we'll hand you the putter for now. Tate, give us
You go first. I've got to think because it's been a rough
All
week.
right, well, I'll take the putter back now. I've got hold on here, folks, because I've got like 3 or 4 coming.
Golly.
Again, here we go. We're going to go shout out. No free shout out in honor of the boys.
Huh? Is this what happens when you enter the portal?
I mean, listen, the phone, you just got to turn the phone off at certain points. But listen, we got Mura Golf Company is a golf company that Aaron Murray is good friends with one of their guys, Larry, is awesome. I think he went to Georgia. He's a dog. and he sent me some hats. It's a golf company and some sweatshirts that I got on the other day. So shout out to Mura Golf. Unbelievable stuff. I love their string hats. I love it. Second shout out.
He's a rolling billboard.
You call it string hats?
Yeah.
Never
Rope
heard of
hats.
I call them string hats.
Rope hats.
that. You are one of one.
You sound like a Yankee.
Don't have one either
Rope
way.
hats.
You sound like a Yankee.
String
I'm from further South Georgia than you
It
are.
doesn't matter. You still sound like a Yankee.
I got
You're as
one of
far
them
north
twine
Georgia as they
hats.
come.
Yeah.
You're Tennessean, basically.
Dude, shut up over there.
They
Just
sell,
let me-
they sell
let me-
more,
did your
they
voice
sell
just
more
crack?
orange gear in Walmart in Rome, Georgia than they do red and black gear.
And I was
in
all
Walmart.
over it when I was little.
I bet you
I
were.
bet you were.
Freaking Vol. I mean,
A
just
ball for life.
Oh,
brick by brick. Never mind.
Can't say that with a straight face.
Okay, so rope hats.
Rope.
rope hats.
Shout out to Mura, my guy Larry, for the rope hat. As well as clubs. We got some clubs, some Mura clubs, Mura irons,
Wow.
and a golf bag.
Are they pure?
Pure as they come, dude.
You any good at golf? Murray's
I
not.
used to be. Murray's not bad.
Well, he's got a lot of time to play.
does,
Man. Well,
he
newborn
does.
nowadays, probably not. But
The dad club. We'll talk about that in a
OBC
minute
does.
with you. Dad club, what it's like being a dad.
yeah,
Okay, so Mura shipment, unbelievable. Shout out to them. Got an OV this weekend, Mississippi State. Absolutely stoked for me and the fiance.
When you go there, go to the Staggered Inn.
Staggered in,
Get the topless hot chick.
topless hot chicken.
it's a food item.
This was mentioned, not.
It's a food item.
No.
It's a food item, yeah.
We've talked about this.
Or
gotta
if
talk
it's a
about
good
this.
OV, you'll get another topless hot chick. But
Quiche.
you have a fiance.
Alexa, you're not watching this. Topless hot chick. Okay, from Staggered in. Okay.
3 pieces of Texas toast.
I was about to try to describe it without you describing it based off the name, but go for
You know
it.
what he's talking? You know what he's
finish-
talking about?
Finish it off.
I know it sounds like a Zaxby's, like
It does, like something just
like the
stacked.
Zaxby's kicking chicken sandwich is what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Texas toast.
Close. Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt.
Fries, buffalo chicken,
Crinkle fries. Yep, knew it.
buffalo
Dang.
chicken tenders, and queso on it.
Hey, you're laughing back there. Can you tell I'm fat?
No, just, I mean, it's the same.
I
with
about
the-
committed after the game.
Listen,
After I
we
ate
talk
that.
we talk about food more than anything here on this podcast.
Oh,
It's-
dude.
It's unreal.
I mean, got to.
Okay, so OV this weekend. Third thing, I'm in Tate today eating lunch because I'm no longer at the football facility. So in between classes, I'm eating lunch, and I stand up, and this guy from across the cafeteria looks at me and points at me, and I'm like, "Dude, who is this guy? What is going on?" And he shows me his phone, and he's got the podcast playing on his phone, and I was like, "You are a true." I love it. Absolutely a true follower. So shout out to the guys and girls out there watching the podcast.
That is definitely a
fist pump.
fist pump.
Fist pump. Also, on top of that, to all people in the comment section in our YouTube.
Yeah.
Last episode had the most comments out of any of our episodes, so we're rolling. Appreciate the love for the
So
day one.
I'm horrible about that when it comes to YouTube. Like, I don't tell people to hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up button, by the way. I don't tell people to do that. I don't tell people to comment. I don't like in videos where you like end the video with something that they need to comment about. Like all those little YouTube tricks that they try to teach YouTube creators. I've never done them.
You're still rolling.
I mean, we're not rolling. I mean, yeah, we're rolling.
yeah, you're rolling.
Yeah, we're rolling.
It's
All
the
right.
extra shot of adrenaline. If you need it for like start to stall out a little bit, you apply that.
Absolutely.
and then it takes-
Good like breaker for you. Like, especially
Absolutely.
because I'm a solo guy. Like, we don't do a lot of guests and we don't do a lot of, like co-hosts or anything like that. So, yeah, it's a good, stopper.
So, with that being said, hit us up on all the socials at Real Talk WRT. So that's Real Talk with Rylan and Tate. Why are you making that face?
I was just thinking about. Never mind.
About my name not being in anymore? That's exactly what you're thinking about. Well, that's not going to happen because we're going to figure something out. But
We have to
Instagram,
fly to Starkville every week.
I'm
Yeah,
not
I
going to
mean,
lie. It's the
Bulldog.
talk of the town.
2 Bulldogs. I mean, I'm going to stay in a Bulldog, maybe. So, I don't know. We'll figure something out. It is the talk of the town. You're right. Real Talk, at Real Talk WRT, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and then on YouTube, subscribe, thumbs up, comment for the boys. Tate.
All right. So it's been a pretty uneventful week. I'll be completely honest.
How do your legs feel?
They're feeling right now.
Feeling?
It hurts to sit down. But for me, I've only missed 1 class this week, so that's probably my fist pump of the week.
You dog. You
So,
dog. Look at
Just
you.
an academic weapon.
I was about to say, you academic specimen, my
The
man.
standard is the standard, and I love that you're living up to
Was
it.
I doing much in those classes? No.
No.
Not. I mean, yeah, I've taken some notes here and there, and then they lose me about halfway through.
You notes on the MacBook guy, or are you like a physical note
Notes on
taker?
the MacBook.
Yeah. Does anyone take physical notes anymore? I'm curious.
I
Yeah.
like taking
Yeah?
physical notes. But my problem is
Your
when
handwriting's dog
and
water.
when they start talking fast and I start writing fast, I won't be able to read it later.
I
Also-
invented my own shorthand in 3rd grade for such a reason.
I love it.
No, not
Like
really.
a doctor, just rolling. I mean, shoot, in journalism and stuff, we
Yeah.
have to, like, they make us bring notebooks and write
Yeah.
handwritten stuff. It's
Yeah.
unbelievable. Speaking of journalism, Bobby knows how this is. My 3 classes that I have this semester, I'm on staff for a newspaper for one of my classes, so I'm running a newspaper. It's
Brutal class. Brutal class.
brutal. I'm doing Sports Source, so like tomorrow for Friday night, my Friday night consists of going to a high school basketball game, and I'm doing play-by-play tomorrow night for. I get to get there at 5, do a pre-show
Can I
game.
come heckle you?
Absolutely, I'd love for you to. Yeah, but it's impossible.
Yeah.
What do you-
I mean, I was in your exact shoes literally last semester. Taking
And
sports
editing
source.
this podcast.
Yeah, and doing work for this. And man, let me tell you what, my plate was full. It
Yeah,
was
man.
Full.
So, like, y'all are studying to be in journalism,
Yeah, so I'm doing
broadcast journalism, I would assume?
broadcast. Yeah, so sports
Yeah.
media.
So, kind of what I like,
Yeah.
you know,
I
yeah.
just graduated last semester.
Might come be the film guy 2.0 with you.
Never had, like, I'm a business major. So
Really?
I have a master's in business. I've never, like, planned to do this. So, I hear you go through all these struggles. My struggles were writing, like, 27-page business essays and, like, 27-page, like, business plans and stuff like that, where you have to develop entire businesses and sell your professor, basically, to your business. Stuff like that. And mine were always like my claim to fame is I invented tile before tile, you know, little things that track, because I lose stuff all the time. Too many hits to the head. But no, my background with the writing stuff was more through the business background. So I had to like basically learn APA as opposed to MLA from the business format. So
That's what I will
different.
say. It's a taxing schedule going through all of it, but dude, it's so awesome. Like I love doing it. So I mean, it's definitely what I want to do, and it's worth it.
You're
but-
talking about the tile things.
Mhm.
I have recently put an air tag on everything I own.
Really?
When we came back from the Natty,
Mhm.
no clue where my keys were.
Hmm.
My truck sat in the Foley parking lot for 3 days.
Dude, we went and I went
did you
and
find them?
No.
Oh yeah, to just get new ones.
House keys gone.
Ooh.
Annabelle's house keys gone. My car keys gone. Well, I got a spare. I finally found my spare. So yeah,
did you leave it in?
I don't
LA?
remember it being on the plane with me.
That's
All right,
bad,
so I
dude.
probably shouldn't, and I can't use this pro tip anymore after this because you guys are a booming podcast. Pro tip for you: keys in the gas tank, or
Yes.
you know,
I'll
types
lock
of deals like that.
I'll lock him in my truck now. Because
You got Ford?
I got the code.
Ford
Yeah,
driver.
Ford's
I knew
nice.
it. I knew he's a Ford driver. It just checks out. It just checks out.
Ford tough, baby.
Ford tough.
American built.
right on.
Or
brother.
found on road dead, whichever one you want to call it.
Yeah,
you want
I
to
go,
hear my problem with Chevys?
Come on.
Why do they have square wheel welds where a circle's supposed to
That's
go?
a great point. I'm right there with you.
It's not a bad point.
It's always bothered me.
I drive a Toyota nowadays, but I was a bow tie guy.
Big Toyota guy.
Me too.
How about
I
it?
drove a 4
The new Tundras, man.
I drove a see Breeze's new Tundra.
No.
Beautiful. Chris Brown, he
Yeah.
got hit head on, totaled his truck, and he just got
Got a
a new
little settlement.
Tundra.
Got himself a come up, huh?
What a
did.
stud.
It's not.
That's awesome.
Did you see Breeze's knockdown there in the?
I did.
I
did. Little shoulder wing, little chicken wing. How about it?
Chicken wing, chicken
We were all on the
wing,
sideline going
bologna.
crazy when that happened.
Yeah, that was awesome. We ran out there. I think it was my second or third series, and Chris turned around and gave me a fist bump, and I was like, "Hell yeah! All right, Chris, let's go." Second play, bang. Loved
We
it.
all went crazy when he put. We were all in Coach Searle's ear saying, "Put Chris in. We want Chris in." He said, "See Breezy, let's go."
If it makes you feel any better, I didn't get a fat man touchdown in my entire football career, and that irks me.
I got one
You got one?
you really?
fumble recovery.
Nice.
Well, that doesn't really. I guess that counts. You earned that one. I was talking about more of like they
Handoff
just
on a
gifted
one.
you one. You
Like
know,
Mims got in the spring game last year
yeah,
and
like
didn't
fullback
score.
on the
Or
one.
Panay Sewell, the
Yeah.
Lions
Yeah,
tackle
yeah,
with a
yeah.
nice little first down
That was
catch.
like 3rd and 4,
Bro,
It was big time.
catches dives to the first. Gets
One of the
it,
biggest
game.
freaks you'll ever see at the tackle position.
Have you
guy's
seen
nuts.
the interview with Dan Campbell about how that play came to be?
No, he probably just saw him messing around in practice.
No, listen. So on game day, so like it was obviously in the playbook, but it was deep in the playbook.
Yeah.
And so he said, Dan Campbell said there's a wave started around the stadium. So he just kind of got lost in the wave. And he kind of heard on the headset, those he was talking. And he was like, yeah. And then he comes back to the field and looks at the play, and they're throwing it to Panay, and he's like, what the fuck is going on? And it ended up like he was just so caught off by the wave, he just said yeah without even hearing the play call. And they gave it to him. And I was like, that's awesome.
I'm picturing Kirby Smart being distracted by a wave inside the stadium.
Lord.
I don't think that would ever happen.
No.
Goede, you were like me after the SEC championship, after the Natty. Pissed.
Coach Charlie had to come up to me and like grab me by the face and say, enjoy this, because I was hot. Because, dude, I spent 4.5 years here.
Same thing to me. Because I got that personal.
Yeah.
I got my ass chewed for a good 15
Thanks,
minutes.
Tate. Everybody say thanks, Tate.
Like, Coach Smart, every time he walked by, would come by and say something to me. And I'm just like sitting there like, man, like, come on now.
Over and over again?
Over and over. Didn't stop. Coach Searles sitting over there like snickering. I'm like, stop.
You know, I got to ask you guys this, because I drove over here and I was like, I'm going to ask them this question. And I said this on our show earlier this week, Kirby Smart, and I've observed a lot of football coaches, is the football coach of all football coaches that I can see that, I mean, he presses everybody. He's on go, on site with everyone, right? But you guys all seem to accept that as if, like, it's for the betterment of me. Like, I need to do this. He's right. Like, you all you take the ass chewing, you go, click, he's right, I need to go. That's everybody, top to bottom. That's offensive coordinator down to, like, recruiting staffer. Like, he's on go, on site with everybody. And I just think it's, like, super unique to him, because nobody ever says, damn, he's not right, or damn, I'm tired of this, I need to go somewhere else. And if they do, it's just not the place for them.
Man, you make a great point. I was talking about this the other day with somebody. Kirby's created such a respect and fear element of who he is and how good he is at his job that we trust in our assistant coaches, and our assistant coaches trust in him. And so that it just creates a chain of trust that it works.
And now he's got proof of concept.
Yep.
Like, y'all believed him before, but now you're like, hell yeah.
And you hate to say it works until it does. Yeah. So you're like, well,
you hate when you're in full pads 3 days before the national championship and killing each other. But, like, hey, it works. Practice number like 85 of the year. Full pads, bloody Wednesday. Let's go.
We practiced without pads once this year.
Once.
So y'all were in shells Monday through Thursday.
Shells or full pads?
Shells, full shells.
That checks. Wait, Tuesday and Wednesday in full?
Yeah.
Never once getting out of full on Wednesday?
I mean, towards the end of the year, maybe.
Occasionally shells, but what difference does it really make?
For us in the box.
For you, none.
Yeah.
For in the box, none. For the guys that, I mean, it's the same practice for them anyways, because they're thudding all the time.
Yeah.
All it is for me is I'm more comfortable.
Yeah.
But
your stance feels
the
better.
knee braces probably slide a little more.
Even when we went spiders one time, we're still going full speed.
And there's a big difference.
You know, honestly, like, I didn't learn this till I got to college. Helmet practice, throw it away. I hate it as an offensive lineman, because defensive linemen are full go no matter what.
Dude,
they're just going to go.
And when you take the pads off, everybody on the offensive side expects you to finish harder, like, you know, cover down harder, because there's no pads. You should be able to run. It's like you're just dead.
Yeah.
Dead. Okay, so speaking of a little bit of ball talk.
I see my stats on the board over there.
Yeah. No. Yeah. So Douglasville, Georgia.
That's right.
Went to Landmark Christian, which Tate said he absolutely kicked your school's butt in high school.
Yeah, well, we beat his school when I was in school.
Okay.
We beat them in the second round of the playoffs.
Freshman year, stand-up
on the road,
end.
by the way.
I was a stand-up defensive end that game.
Brooks.
Were you?
Freshman year.
I played guard, and we ran counter quite a bit that football game.
Well, y'all also had a fullback who is about 6'2", probably 285, and just three-point stance.
Yeah, he wore 77. I played fullback that game. That was me. Yeah. In motion a lot, too. We got in 12 out of the eye. Yeah, like straight fullback. Played defensive in that game, 4-eye.
So you're just a Renaissance man. That's all.
I mean, I wouldn't say that, but I do say this. I was like, you guys saw me walking. I'm 3 inches from playing at Georgia.
Yeah.
You know? If I'd have been 6'3",
I saw your profile picture.
If I'd have been 6'3.5", it'd been all right. That 6'1's a lie. I was 6 foot dead even. I actually I saw Coach Luke at the parade, and I told him this story. I would go to camps, you know, like most kids do. And the first thing that they would do is they would obviously take your height, weight, speed, make you run a 40, 5, 10, 5, right? Just like they do now. And they would separate the offensive linemen, you know, under 6'1" over here. All these guys under 6'1", which was me. All these guys under 6'1", 6'1" to 6'3" over here, and 6'4" to 6'6" and beyond over here. And all the position coaches would always hang out with all the big guys. So I'm always over here with like GAs and the slappies, just not getting evaluated ever. Which is why I played Division II football, but I wasn't ever going to be like big enough to do it. But yeah, we tried. We got an education out of football, and that was important.
Use the game like it uses us.
How'd you like shorter?
I mean, I met my wife there. I got in trouble there because there's not anything to do but get in trouble if you're one who finds trouble.
Yeah, Rome, Georgia's yeah.
You would know.
It's Rome, Georgia.
Yeah, I mean.
There's not much to do.
No. Fuchsia Gap?
Go to Rhonda's.
That's the place.
What you know about Fuchsia Gap?
I've been like twice. It's just whatever.
It's a big scenic thing there, Goede.
Really?
Yeah, you gotta take your lady up there one time. She'll think it's beautiful.
Stop buying you some
Be
pancakes
ready
on
for
the way
the
up.
It's
reek
not-
of weed.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Really?
Actually, don't do that up there.
Well, we were in.
It's not good.
We were in.
It's
LA,
heavily
so-
patrolled.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's just friends told me.
Well, we were in LA. I can't imagine it was much worse than smelling that.
Fuchsia Gap's like LA.
Fuchsia Gap is the LA of Rome, Georgia.
Interesting comparison. Mem's
And it's
Snapchat
just
story.
Mims,
Dude, Mims posted on
bought his
Snap.
106 pair of shoes.
Bro,
They're piled up.
that
all up to
cola
the
that
roof.
Cola Kicks company that
Yeah.
he buys all them shoes from, they reached out to me for a sponsorship a while back. Well, I reached out to them because I wanted some free kicks. And
Jerry's the
yeah,
man.
he was there all the time. I'm sure you bought them there.
I bought these online.
What are you, like a 15? Yeah. That's hard.
See, I don't buy shoes.
That's hard. Yeah,
Got
we can
these-
tell.
Got
Yeah,
these from the
if
University
you
of
go
Georgia.
into like a shoe store, they might have 2 shoes in a 15. They usually
Yeah.
stop like a 13.
So you can size down in Jordans, by the way. So I would start trying to get
I get
some
my
14s.
ones and 14s.
Yeah. Same.
All right, quick shout out to Fire and Flavor, one of our sponsors. Go to Fire and Flavor for all of your grilling necessities. They got charcoal, they got grills, they got rubs, all kinds of stuff that you can think of. Specifically, and personally, my favorite is their Georgia Q Rub. Not only is it delicious, but it is also gluten-free. So check them out at Fire and Flavor for all of your grilling necessities.
Old Barron Stadium.
Old Barron Stadium, man. That's wild.
They
But
played at
nah,
Darlington a couple times.
the football career was an avenue. I just went to kind of go. I mean, I knew very, very early. I mean, hell, my freshman year of high school, my dad told me, you might as well study and be an engineer. Like, this ain't it. My brother got all of, like, the God-given ability. I mean, he was top 200 baseball prospect in America, played at Auburn, like, played for the Braves for, like, 18 months, 2 years before he got tired of it. But, yeah, he got all the, like, God-given ability. Mine was just – I was a classic grunt-working high school football player who just went to college and played because he had the opportunity to do it.
Heck yeah.
And that's like 85%, 95% of college athletes, to be honest with you.
Yeah, absolutely. And so you go get your degree in business, right?
Mm-hmm.
How did you go from business? So your dad's saying go be an engineer to business to now being the film guy and Sports Illustrated, and
So like I used to cut class to listen to Dan Patrick. Like I would
Really?
yeah, dude. Like I loved radio. I loved like traditional, conventional radio. I love the idea of just turning a microphone on and giving your opinions about sports, because God knows I always had opinions. People tell me growing up I should be a lawyer, and that's just what they tell kids who like to argue, right? Who like to talk. But no, I when I got into college, I was a business major, and I got out of college and I was working in business as a project manager for a construction company. And I mean, within like 4 months, I'm not gonna say I hated what I was doing, but I was just like, nah, this is not. Like I can't. I'm just gonna half-ass this the rest of my life, kind of deal. And that's not something that I wanted to do. I didn't want to just kind of like pass by. And that's kind of what I felt like I was doing. So as I was like just basically getting by in my career, I was building this second career through media. And I always knew, like, bro, you didn't play at Georgia, you didn't play in the SEC, you didn't play anywhere big. No one knows who you are. I mean, when I first got into covering Georgia, I think I had 350 followers on Twitter. So I
and
knew
now for perspective, you're up to 30,
almost 34,000. But no, I mean,
Congrats, dude. That's
Thank you.
awesome.
I knew my avenue was going to have to be through writing. Like, for anyone listening today, you're not just going to be able to turn your camera on and go. I'm sorry, unless you have a platform. Unless you have people like, dude, y'all have a nicer studio than I have, and I built the damn thing in my garage. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one's going to give you backing. So if you're going to do this, you're probably going to have to freelance this stuff, okay? Unless you played at Georgia, unless you played in the league. So I busted my ass freelancing for about, I'd say a year. Nobody reading anything. I was covering the NFL draft, the 2018 NFL draft. A.J. Brown was my number one receiver. So I was out on DK Metcalf, though. That was my hot take that everyone missed on because he had Russell Wilson his first 2 years, and they were just running that sucker straight. You know, and he's really, really good at that. But I was covering the NFL draft, nobody really listening, and then finally someone gave me an opportunity to cover Georgia and kind of like have my own site and like actually cover a beat. And I'll never forget, he gave me the option over the phone. He was like, you can either cover Georgia or you can cover Georgia Tech. And I said, well, you know, that's kind of easy right there. We'll just go ahead and cover Georgia. So, I mean, now we're here. And as far as like the film guy thing, transition there is what like really popped it off.
Yeah.
And that was y'all's COVID year against Arkansas.
Yeah.
Y'all came back from that and y'all ran 85. I think y'all ran 84 plays that day. Y'all played so fast. I don't think you've ran 84 plays since. Y'all played so fast against Arkansas, and everyone was like
two different quarterbacks.
Two different quarterbacks.
Yeah.
You gave DeJuan 6 series, and then Stetson played the rest.
Yeah. That was Fitz's first career touchdown.
Mm-hmm. And Seathers, right?
Seathers, yeah.
Y'all put a bunch of dudes that day. It was like Kirby knew because of COVID that year that he was going to have to cycle through a bunch of bodies. Like I remember.
I was dog water that year. I was so bad. I didn't travel.
I was sitting at home, yeah.
Yeah, you were redshirting that year, right?
Speaking of Sport Illustrated, we got to
How
give a little
about
shout out. Our boy brought us a copy of the Sports Illustrated, and your boy Gode's in the cut. I got a full page and a half.
You got a page and a half.
If you would have told me, dude, I used to
look at that.
I used to take shits and read Sports Illustrated growing up.
Same.
And like never in my wildest dreams. Never in your wildest dreams you think you'd be writing for them.
Yeah, there's not a piece of my work in there. But I'm not salty about it at all.
It's okay.
Yeah, no.
It's okay.
Y'all remember the Sports Illustrated kids, like the kids?
Yeah.
Dude, that's like kids facing the crowd.
I
wanted to be facing the crowd so bad.
I used to have those posters that you could tear out of those all over my room.
All over the room.
Just thumbtack, just in the wall.
Man, bunch of guys just cutting it up. SI kids. How about it?
So awesome.
I got my
That's
first
such a
attention
dude.
ever for stealing one from our library.
Are you serious?
I took the poster out because I didn't have it.
Hold on, what grade were you in?
I was in like 3rd grade.
Okay. That's
Can we talk
early
about
detention route.
That was like, dude, early. I mean, what is that? Probably 2008, 2009, 2010. Like Sports Illustrated, primetime ESPN with the slots on the left side of what's coming next.
Oh, yeah.
Disney Channel was unbelievable. Like that was primetime TV. Sports content. Unbelievable.
Too many people with their own podcasts nowadays, man.
Dude. Not when it's special like both of ours. Speaking of other podcasts, the Baxter Street Boys.
Yeah.
What a name.
What a name.
Dude.
What a name.
You go from Cole's first podcast being Diamonds in the Rough for the come on.
No, I'm just kidding.
For
It's
an upcoming baseball player, that's sick.
Yeah.
But then Baxter Street Boys, because when we were kind of brainstorming ours early on, just early, and y'all started doing that, I was like, dude, what a name! Like that's awesome. How did that come about for you guys?
It's like a fate, kind of like a fate thing. I mean, I always saw Cole and like especially Jake. I always saw Jake's stuff on Twitter, and like I don't necessarily like. I don't care if you're always getting likes or always getting retweets. What I care about is whether or not you develop almost like a cult following. Yeah. Like it's like a return audience is important in my business. Like people who not only show up for you, but show up consistently for you. And those two guys were, incredible at doing that. And I knew Cole from his time playing here, obviously, but never and Cole was, we looked it up, Cole was my 7th ever subscriber on Patreon. My 7th ever, yeah. Like he was literally the definition of a day one. Like the moment I opened a subscription service, Cole Wilcox was in there. So we've always been like intertwined with our content, and I always enjoyed what those guys do from just like a creative standpoint. And they're the complete antithesis of me. Like I try to bring a very film-based analytical approach to things. Despite how much of a fan of the program and the way in which y'all play football, I am not a fan. I don't do the getting up and screaming when they score, but those dudes are the complete opposite. Like they are the definitions of fans.
Ride or die.
And boy, dude, they ride hard. I mean, they get after it.
Dude, Cole's one of the best dudes I know, and he's Like the way he enunciates and says things is so perfect and so funny all the time. It's unlike anybody else I've ever met.
And man, like I don't watch a lot of other content. I don't consume a lot of other people because we're always trying to produce our own stuff. But those dudes made me laugh.
Oh.
Every time I turn it on, they made me laugh. And obviously their Twitter's great. But yeah, man, that was a recognition of talent and a recognition of similar, like people being cut from like similar cloths, you know, and also being different. Like I think the one thing about me is that I'm very, very different from what people who do my job are.
Well, you're hitting an untapped market. Like for the public eye, no one can understand. For a lot of guys that don't and ladies that don't know the game, like they watch the game and they might say a thing or two, but they don't really know what's going on. So for them to be able to see what you're putting out and begin to grasp what's really going on is an untapped market by far.
I agree.
And so I mean, I like watching your stuff, and we're on the team.
Yeah, I was about to say it's great to hear from like a player's perspective. Like, so I know we had a goof about you getting beat across your face.
You want to
against
hear the
Oregon.
story behind this?
Yeah, dude.
We had just got done watching that film,
Yeah.
and I mean, Coach Searles has that same play up there, just rewinding. Like, what the hell are you doing here? I'm like, Coach, I
Why
don't
are you
know.
sitting out?
And I'm like, he's just replaying it, like
Rewind.
ripping me.
Yeah.
Slow mo
I go
rewind.
home and I get like the alert while I'm scrolling on Twitter that I'm gonna watch it. First play that came home was that play, and I was like, man, screw this.
No, man, like it's funny that it happens like that because I've always like I do my shows like that. Like if you see how we do the show, I'm standing in front of a board and I am talking as if we are in the room and that's how we're doing it. Because I've been in those rooms, right? Mm-hmm. I'll never forget. I ran wing tee in college, right? And my redshirt freshman year, we're playing Clark Atlanta. It's a fourth quarter game. We're down. I think we're down. We're up 4, excuse me. And all we got to do is get 2 first downs. We win the football game.
2 first downs.
2 first downs. We win the football game.
Sorry.
And I'm playing left guard, and we have a zero technique, and I'm supposed to full scoop him by myself. But at this point, we had ran Bob, which is like fullback dive. We'd ran Bob like 5 times in a row to the right, okay, because the quarterback's right-handed. He's always open in that way. So at this point, the damn knows what's happening. Like, he's fighting hella hard.
Slant right away.
Oh,
yeah.
my God, immediately, as soon as the ball snaps. So, like, it had gotten to the point where I'm taking like a step and a half. I'm not even getting the second step in the ground. And I'm trying to get my head across his backside knee because I can't even get it to the front side knee. And we were watching it in film on Sunday after the Thursday loss. They gave us, they ran us like hell on Friday. And then they came us back, gave us Saturday off and had meetings on Sunday. And Coach is doing the same thing, except I'm redshirt freshman, first time ever on the field, home game. And he's rewinding in front of all my juniors and seniors going, this is how the redshirt freshman gives a shit about you guys in the fourth quarter. And just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
That's brutal.
So, like, whatever I'm doing, first of all, I never do it that bad as my coaches would actually do it. Or as I don't think I would ever be that brutal in an actual player positions meeting. But that's the reality of those meetings. Those meetings are, we're here to show you where you messed up. Very rarely does a coach ever say, holy shit, look what 69 did right here, guys. You know, but like, if you watch my stuff, I try to do just as much because y'all are great football players, right? I try to do just as much damn, look at the play that guy just made. You know, we call them flash plays. And I do just as much as that as I do of, hey, we can correct this right here. This has got to get cleaned. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
So with breaking down, I mean, a ton of football this year. What was your favorite game to watch and break down for us? Like, what was schematically, what did you enjoy watching the most?
So it's freshest on my mind. Y'all had TCU beat by 40.
Oh, man.
Y'all had TCU beat by 40 before you even showed up. Mm-hmm. Schematically, y'all wrecked them.
Munkin opened up that playbook.
I'm saying,
Bro,
Munkin
everything.
opened up the playbook.
So first thing I noticed when I turned them on is like when the ball is into the boundary, they are very, very wacky.
Oh, dude.
The numbers were super messed up. So as soon as I watched it, I was like, oh, damn, Munkin's going to run flood into that like every single time he gets an opportunity to. He's just going to attack vertically. And so I was telling the show the other day, I always try to text people that I trust and know about, I watch film, just like obviously, and I come up with my own game plans. I come up with like, this is where they're weak. This is how I would attack them. This is what I would do. These are the players that are, not necessarily great. These are the players that I would attack if I was a coordinator.
There's been multiple times I'll read your tweets about that. I'm like, yep, I heard that today.
Yep. Yep, we're doing that.
I mean, football, I have one of these brains. I know I have. I know I have one of these football brains That's not my. It's gifted. I play with players that don't have it like that. I play with players that you literally have to like walk them through everything, even like a year and a half after being in a system. But my brain as a center was always like, oh yeah, even front, Mike, Willie, safety's creeping. Oh, they're stacked. Like my brain always worked like that. And the gift was finding the gift and applying it into a field where I can capitalize on it monetarily. So yeah, I mean, it's great to hear the confirmation that what I'm seeing is correct.
Yeah.
Or else I probably wouldn't do what I do. I would hate to be wrong at what I do because you would look like an absolute asshole. Players would never respect you.
Yeah.
Especially with the way I do it, because I don't. If you play bad, if you show up on the film guy, we're going to talk about it.
Yeah. I love it. And you're right. We went FIB so much against TCU. We went FIB all the time.
My favorite play was our like trap passes that game.
Oh, dude.
Because their backers were so fast flow.
They have to be. They're like 250
such
pounds.
Well, it's because they're
pain in the ass to deal with.
Well, it's because like Coach Harley talked about, like their Sam Jack / nickel, that really thin Sam they had. I can't remember what number he was. And
13.
Yeah, their Mike and Will made them flow.
He could
like
move.
that was those were their three dudes, and then their corner was pretty good. But the three guys in the middle with the whatever kind of made their D line right, and so we took advantage of that.
I mean, you asked me what intrigues me or what I like watching. I love watching how much y'all change every week.
Man, it's a different playbook every single week.
And you know what? I try to explain, and I hope your audience understands this. I know mine does. It's not like that everywhere else. Teams are teams. Like, that's who they are. But I said it this way. There's two types of coaches, right? There's coaches that we do what we do, and we're going to do it until you stop it, and then we're going to kind of change. Coaches like that are like Kyle Shanahan. I think Lincoln Riley's a coach like that. All the Shanahan tree. I think Sean McVay is a guy like that. They're going to be who they are. They're going to run what they run. And if you're good enough to stop it, then y'all are going to beat them that day. But if you're not, they're going to run you out of the gym. And then there are people and coaches who are different week to week. And the only kind of coaches that I know of like this is Bill Belichick, Nick Saban, and Kirby Smart. Every single week, you're going to get something different from them because their kind of game plan is, what do you do wrong or what do you do bad? All right, let's make them do that a lot.
Monken does a great job with that,
Yeah.
especially explaining it. Like, we're running this week because, and then gives us the whole rundown, like breaks it down.
So we know what to look for when we're on the field. I mean, shoot, it'll be Thursday, our last practice, and we'll have an entire book of install, and it's our last day. And he'll be talking to us. He's
It's
like,
so uncommon.
dude, it's unbelievable. But like we have guys that, like you said earlier,
You have to have players.
we have dudes
Smart
that can do
ones.
it, but also guys that are bought into it, so we trust it.
And you know what helps it with that? Our scout team.
Unbelievable
Phenomenal
scout team.
looks.
Unbelievable.
I mean, TCU week, those early enrollee backers,
Yeah, Kirby
they
talked
had
about this.
them
Dudes.
fired up.
Let me tell you
And
what.
they were fat as soon as they saw like any play action or run motion.
The backers in this upcoming freshman class are legit.
Oh my God, dude.
They're
Legit.
No, like they're going,
Like playing with N'Kobe,
I mean-
playing with Monty, playing with Quay. Those guys are unbelievable. And Smile and Pop, unbelievable. Dudes. They're going to be dudes for a long
Can't think of
time.
his name. I don't remember his name. Name our backers
Right now?
Do you
Troy
know?
Bowles, CJ Wilson, or CJ Allen, and Ray
CJ
Wilson. Yeah.
There's a corner.
He's blitzing.
AJ Harris.
Unbelievable. Dude, he had an interception on Dom.
Yeah, he a dog.
Bro.
He a dog.
Harley looked at me and was like,
Hey, you know what the craziest thing is about him? He's not like y'all signed a bunch of these off the charts metrics dudes.
yeah.
I don't think AJ's one of those. I just think AJ's like a dog, like the definition of a dog. Now he might test like well, but he ain't testing like Stokes well. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Stokes was
I go
unbelievable.
up there to block CJ Allen on a run play because I have a free release because I wasn't having a double team. He hits me with a B to A.
Whew.
And I'm like, you're not supposed to know how to do that yet.
Well, dude, like, I mean, even guys like Terrell on the scout team and like all year, and that's so hard to do, man. Because I mean, I did it for 2 years.
Weston Wallace.
Weston Wallace, massive.
Weston
Oh, yeah.
Wallace.
Dude,
That is the,
No.
he is the hardest person on our scout team to block.
Yeah.
He just doesn't
He
move.
has a hump move, not stopping it. I mean, he has hip tossed the majority of our offensive line this year. And Coach Soros just
crazy to
replays it
see.
and just laughs.
It's crazy to see how many guys, like, that could play it. Like you watch film and you could see so many of our guys that are second, third, and fourth string could play so many different
Our
places.
offensive line, our homeroom could go somewhere else and play. I'm
Dude, your
convinced.
backup guards are Sunday guys.
Elite,
Dylan Fairchild.
dude. Watching
Dylan-
him mow down like Michael and guys on scout team,
Yeah.
it's like
Dylan
Dude.
Fairchild's going to be an animal.
Yeah.
Michael Morris is going to be an animal.
he's got the most potential out of anybody in the
If
room.
he ever figures out how to play with technique, he will absolutely murder kids.
Brooks,
Heard he's got shotgun shells in his hands.
He
Brooks.
get JC one day tried to bull rush him. Micah just takes like the most nonchalant set. Just saying.
locks him,
And
locks
I'm
him.
like, what is going
Michael
on?
was such a hard eval coming out of high school because his like senior year, Camden was horrid. I mean, a bad football team. And Michael was already committed to Georgia. And it was just like, we're going to make sure we're healthy by the time we get to Athens in January. And you could see it on the senior tape. And I just didn't know what to do with it. Like, you talking about playing high. Go watch that senior tape.
He still plays high, and he
And it
moves
doesn't matter.
people.
It's
It does not
unbelievable.
Bow-legged, too. I got to think about
Dude, the way
bow-legged
he walks
athletes,
is-
dog. I got to think
They-
about bow-legged athletes. If you
they-
bow-legged, I'm on you. I'm on you, dog.
There was one day at practice they had Dylan Fairchild at left guard, Micah at left tackle, and screw the second level. Apparently,
Yeah, no.
they stayed on that double team and took whoever
Who was it?
15 yards downfield.
Zion. It was Zion.
It was somebody who practices too hard, probably.
That's the thing is, I don't think
It wasn't.
was.
It wasn't.
No. Wait, hold on. At Georgia, are there people who practice too
Yes.
hard?
A lot of us have. See, Tuesdays are the days that we're like, okay, we're
We're
going.
going.
You know it's going though.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
But everyone knows.
Team run period, we're like, we're going.
It's
and then
after-
every
we're
other
after.
period, it's like, we're not making it look good, but we're not like,
We're not brother-in-law to the full extent, but we're professional football players at this point. We know how
Yes.
to play
like
safe.
I'm going to keep you up.
And you're going to do your job,
And
but I'm
that's-
going to do mine.
And that's where, for a lot of young guys, like especially when we go spiders on the rare occasion, there are a lot of young guys that,
That don't know that.
I mean, like for me I think it was Ty Ingram Dawkins last year, his freshman year. And I'm one-on-one with him pass pro, and it's already a mismatch for me because he's a D lineman, and he just full on bull rushes me and then shucks me. And I'm like, dude, what the are you doing? And so it's like, but I mean, as you grow and as you're there longer, it evolves.
The worst having on scout team. Kirby sends a bear down for team run.
Yeah.
Twitchiest D
Bear
lineman
does
we
not
have.
know how to stay on sides. I mean, I'm in my stance. I'm already off the ball.
Yeah.
His hands almost touching mine.
I'll never
I'm
forget.
Like, are we not going to say anything about this?
I'll never forget Ohio State week. Well, it was like 3 weeks before Ohio State, which are the worst. Oh, dude, winter camp sucks. But
Winter camp?
Yeah,
That's what
winter
y'all
camp.
call, y'all call
When
that
we
winter
get out
camp.
of school,
Y'all don't call those bowl practices. Y'all call
No.
that winter camp.
winter
there all
camp,
day.
it sucks.
That's
It's
some
awful.
Georgia stuff
Dude,
right
it's
there.
it's
unbelievable.
awful. Where we get there,
Half line run, team run, half line punt.
Whoa.
I mean, it's just,
let's talk about before when we work out and then run, and then go practice.
then
This
go
is like
practice.
6 months into already clanging and banging.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
But
This is like y'all been
half the
going at
country's
it
done.
since late July.
half the country's done.
Yeah, no doubt.
And so,
and it's like he literally brings out fall camp practices.
I mean, it's full go. And so we ran a counter one day, and I think my who was the guard? It might have been Dylan. He was the right guard, right? Play right or left?
It was either Dylan or Dev.
No, it wasn't Dev. Dev pulled with me usually when we went left, so it wasn't Dev. And
I
Bear-
saw Dev murder a couple kids at practice.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
okay,
and
so let me
Chaz-
hit on.
Chaz Chambliss closes harder than any human
Anybody.
I've ever.
He spills really, really
When
hard.
they used to run at each other, it was like a gunshot went off
So-
in our facility.
We'll do a little. So one of my last memories of Dev was 2 days. It was the last day we practiced in Athens before we went to LA, and we ran. I think it was Puma, and I looked over. There was Chaz and it was Dev, and I came up and slapped him on the ass. I was like, "Let's go, big boy." And he was like, "I got you." So we
I
pull.
remember this.
We
I know what
pull.
play you're talking about.
Boom! I come up inside, wrap the backer, spills it, and goes for 60 for a tutty.
Oh.
And me and him looked at each other, went crazy, and Coach Charles was going. Everybody went crazy.
Dev was pissed at me all season.
Why?
'Cause I had shoulder problems.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, so you got all the
Oh, damn. He ran all the counters?
We'd run counters. Dev.
Oh.
And I'd look, just give Dev a little smirk. He'd just be shaking his head at me.
He was so good at it, man.
Oh
So
my God.
my redshirt freshman year, I would have to take 2 reps at left tackle, 2 reps at left guard, 2 reps at center, 2 reps at right guard, 2 reps at right tackle, 2 reps off, run it back. Because all they were doing to me was basically letting me like get used to playing in college, but also basically like relieving everybody else because we had older guys that could not practice. You know, whether it's a banged up shoulder or I got half a meniscus left by midway through the season. Like, there's so much of that where we are, you know, still practicing, getting by. But yeah, we probably can't run counter to the right when Tate's at left guard or counter to the left when Tate's at right guard because he's got a bum shoulder.
Oh man, yeah, sir. Well, I messed it up. It hurt it even worse one day at practice because I usually like takes me out, he like sends somebody in or whatever. They called counter. Turn around. I'm like,
anybody come get me?
Stetson looks at me like, you good? I'm like, I guess so.
I guess so.
I get down in my stance, go run counter, dead arm. I'm like, oh no. It's Searles comes. He's like, you dumbass. He's like, take yourself out. I was like, Coach, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, no,
I was like, you're going to have to send somebody to me because I'm not going to take myself out. But I'm like,
you probably will next year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
One year.
The older you get, for sure, the more. Well, maybe not. But the older you get as a starter, you just get to do kind of whatever.
Ben Cleveland.
It depends. Okay, so
depends on who you are, what you play.
It depends on
your good stuff.
So, for example, tight end room, I wouldn't select for nobody.
No.
Like 2 of the best tight ends to ever play in college football. Sorry, guys. Like, you're tired. Who cares? Like, go.
That's how Searles is. Ben Cleveland, though, I remember freshman year we're about to do our team run period. He said, you want to see a vet move? I was like, sure. He goes over the train. He's like, my back's really spasming.
Dude, that's such a Ben move.
Had like 4 periods off.
The old tight hammy on run days.
Man.
Yeah.
I pulled a vet move here or there.
Absolutely.
Don't say that out loud.
I didn't this year because I was injured my first 2 years. I was like, this is the first year where I went every practice and was like, man, this is good. But
so we were running the stadiums after I'd like just started running again because of my foot.
Yeah.
And my calf just completely
I
gave
forgot
out
about
on me.
that.
Somebody was like, that was a good vet move. I was like, no, my calf's just not functioning right now.
It's just not working.
Yeah, it was bad.
That's a tough workout, man.
And then I missed like 4 practices in fall camp because it's like kicked back up again. And
I remember that.
Somebody came up to me. He's like, you pulled a vet move. I'm like, no, my foot's just killing me.
That's one of the worst workouts we have is end of the summer. You max on hang clean, go through a couple of, or power clean, sorry. Max on bench, go through a couple auxiliaries, and then run to the stadium, go in, do up and down, 1 for each game, carrying plates. And, dude, it is a...
So, one question I have about the weight training, because, like, power clean is a very technically sound movement to do heavy weight.
I love power
I hate
clean.
it. It's my least favorite.
Love it.
You either love it or you
suck.
hate it, by the way. You either are really, really good at it or you have to work to be good at it. Do they clean form up here? Do y'all got guys
That's a
like
great
splitting
question.
the legs? Do y'all got guys? Does everybody go ass to ankles? Is everybody firing the elbows? Like, is everyone doing clean the same way? Or is it just move the weight?
I would say, and it's changed so much since, that's what Sinclair does a great job of, is learning and changing things. My first 2 years here, like during the season, he was we're cleaning every Sunday, we're cleaning Wednesdays. And from like junior year on, so the last 2 years, it's more so been a lot of pulls.
Tough on your knees.
Yeah, absolutely. And so a lot of pulls, a lot of where you're getting the explosion, but you're not getting the impact.
Yeah.
And so like the first 2 years, and even now when we do it, he's more so just find a way to get under it. If you can get under it, you're good.
I like to think that I have impeccable power cleaning form. I mean, my dad was a football coach, worked in the weight room when I was little.
Oh, yeah.
He had me in there doing movements with a PVC pipe when I was like tiny.
Yeah.
So I've always been able to power clean like really well. Like,
Even at 6'6".
That's
Yeah,
my
what's
limit.
What can you clean?
335
I think I
plus?
could have hit 405 last year.
Yeah.
We had,
It's him and Nolan, right? You and Nolan kind of the top 2?
me and Fairchild.
Fairchild.
That is so heavy.
I hit 385, and they were like,
There's like-
we got to go to the stadium. I was like, no, let me try to
I
hit
don't
405.
think I ever front squat. Nah, I front squatted 405 once. But, like, that's a lot of
Dude,
weight to be just
I
catching on
I
your
can barely do
shoulders.
315.
Yeah, nah.
Like no chance.
Power
but-
clean's my lift. Like, that is my
Mine's
lift.
bench.
That
Never-
is
like-
so much weight.
I get excited to go into the weight room and power
That's
clean.
so weird. That's a terrible take.
Like, we were in the weight
You're
room
a
yesterday,
psychopath.
which was probably not smart of me considering my shoulders conditions right now.
Yeah.
But we were power cleaning. It was like lightweight, and I like snatched one. I was just like messing around, and one of the strength interns like,
Don't do that.
"What are you doing?"
Yeah, don't do
I was like,
I'm all right.
I was like, "I'm just having fun."
To tell you how much of a jackass I was in high school, I came through my senior year on like a little visit or whatever through the Bussin building. And this is back when like the weight facility was like right there tied to Butts. And I was walking through, and Ben Jones, like
Stud.
10-year pro, like all pro, maybe borderline, maybe Hall of Fame guy by the time he's done.
I would
Like
agree
if
with
you
that.
really
That
think about
Searles
it.
is guy.
Yeah, so he's in there throwing around whatever he's throwing around, and my dumbass looked over there. And, you know, I was a barrel-chested center in high school. We could throw weight around, and I walked in there. He was doing like 225, and he was moving around. And I was counting his numbers. I was like, I'm stronger than that guy. I was
Stud.
not. Stud.
Dude, he's a stud.
Oh, yeah.
Stud.
All right, because Tate's got some academic stuff later this evening. He's freaking academic weapon. We're going to go ahead and do our last segment of the night. It's our real talk, tier talk. Because we got the film guy in here, we're going to stick with the football theme. We're going to go top 3 college football players of all time.
Ooh, I should have read the board earlier in the show. I could have gotten a little taste
I've
here.
been sitting here thinking.
Yeah, I didn't have any of this. Come back to me.
We'll go 1, 2, 3.
All right, bet.
Once it's off the board, though, you can't take it.
Oh, all right, that's fine.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Taking Cam Newton #1.
Oh, that was mine.
Oh, so this is snake draft?
Yeah.
Oh, we're good. We're good.
I'm taking Cam Newton.
All right, he's got Cam Newton.
I got to go with my guy, Tebow.
Yeah, I don't know about that
I'm
one.
a Tebow guy.
That was a terrible take. I'll go Reggie Bush, because if you know anything about mid-2000s college football, Reggie Bush was a god.
Yep.
Yes, that was going to be my
100%.
third pick.
Yeah.
I got my number 2 locked in, but you got to go again. So you get
Okay.
your number 2.
Ooh, play to the home crowd. I'll take Herschel.
Oh, good pick.
Take Herschel #2.
Good pick.
Should have 2 Heismans, by the way.
Yeah, you're right. I'm going to go Vince Young.
Not bad.
That's where I was going.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Vince Young.
Now I got to start thinking again because both of the other 2 just got picked.
Vince Young, just like, they never should have touched his mechanics. They should have just let him be him.
know.
He was.
God,
Should have just
dude,
let him
he
be
was a
him.
dude,
And should have
bro.
RPO'd him in the NFL.
Yeah.
That's what they should have done.
I can't remember his name.
What are you thinking?
Buddy from West Virginia.
Ooh, are
Oh,
you going to go
His cousin played on my high school team.
Tavon Austin?
Tavon
Devin
Austin.
Austin.
Oh, that's a good one.
The coldest highlight.
High
reel.
school highlight tape. Have you seen that one?
Unbelievable.
Oh, dude, like the first minute and a half, him just talking shit in the locker room. It is
Unbelievable.
epic.
His college highlights look like he's going to get. He's playing high
Oh,
school
yeah.
still. Insane.
It was like prone to turn around, walk backwards into the end zone and fall down. Yeah. A walking 15-yard penalty.
You got one more.
Oh, I got to go back.
Yeah, this is your last
Yeah.
one.
Oh, God, now we got to start thinking again.
I'm going defensive side of the ball here for mine.
Oh, yeah, we have no defensive players. Good call. Ooh, I think we're spilling coffee. Good shout.
All right, son. I mean, come on, man.
I got to think. You know I don't keep up with sports. I get enough of it daily.
Yeah, that's the truth.
Golly, I don't even know who to, think here.
I mean,
Oh, I've got 2 really good ones.
come on, Tate.
Give me one of them.
You want one of them?
Yeah, give me one of
You
them.
want a big boy?
Give me a big boy.
Jadavion Clowney.
You know, took a
that-
third year off, though. You were talking about, like, height of heights for sure.
Yeah.
But took junior year completely off.
Yeah. But I mean,
He was that guy.
But he was that guy.
I would go with
Him-
Jadavion Clowney.
Yeah, him
That's
with
a
you.
good call.
I'm going Tyrann Mathieu. LSU, the Badger.
Dude. That SEC
Stole-
championship game
stole
he had.
Georgia's heart.
Oh, my God. Oof. Oh. It was a nasty, nasty football game.
And he's got a really, I like him a lot.
All right, so that leaves it to me. Greatest college football player of all time.
Or just someone in your lifetime you watched and you're just like, that's the guy.
Well, not to be that. I know you play with. Broderick Jones was the freakiest human being I've ever seen the first time I saw him. Not that he's he's not like all-time great, but the first time I ever saw that dude, he took my breath away how freakish he is.
Okay, what's the Explain what's
the
going on?
facial
What's going on?
expression?
That is the most athletic big man I've
Oh,
ever
it's
seen in my
unbelievable.
life.
Dude, I watched him walk hurdles. You know where you open your, and I knew from jump. I was like, this dude bends like I've never seen.
We have film of him covering down, running stride for stride with Kenny Mack.
Yeah,
easily.
I mean, in full pads, hit 20 miles an hour at practice.
I do not doubt that. I saw him like just do. He worked out with a guy named Kevin McAlmont out of Atlanta, and so this is a great story. We're in DeKalb County. He went to Lithonia over there, and I don't know if you know about where Lithonia is in DeKalb County, but it is DeKalb County. Mm-hmm. So we're over there, and this is during COVID, and me, Kevin, and Broderick and some other guy that ended up going to Florida and transferring out, I can't remember his name, were over there, and they were working out, and I was filming them. And you're not supposed to be at like public events. This is like dead middle of COVID. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, this police officer pulls up with the sirens on, with the lights on, and over the loudspeakers like, hey, what y'all doing? And then you could hear him like you could see him processing and looking, and he goes, oh, Broderick, that's you? Never mind, big fella. Go back doing what you're doing. And then goes back and then just keeps patrolling the lot.
That's awesome.
Keeps patrolling the lot. So they knew. They knew too.
Yeah. He's a freak, man.
Yeah.
He's going to be first tackle off the board.
Should be.
Who do you think is the first tight end off the board? Dude, there's a lot of guys going to Kincaid, Mayer.
I can see Mayer.
Yeah, probably. I mean, here's the thing about I know this is going to end up being tailored toward Darnell. Darnell, to me, is such a lock for like a top 50 pick because so many teams are running 11 and 12, like true base under center, like McVay, Shanahan offenses.
I agree. It's so weird to see how much the college game is, and even the NFL game has changed, but there are so many teams still in the league that use a true Y.
Attached tight end. End of line, tight end, hand in the dirt guy.
And he's the biggest, in my opinion. Mayer's a freak. Kincaid does everything really, really well. Utah's tight ends are unbelievable. And the kid from Oklahoma State, I think, or Oregon State, I don't know. There's another one that's up there.
This is Oregon State. He's a burner. He's one of them guys, a yak guy, as a tight end.
Yeah, and so I think Darnell brings the most unique skill set out of any of the top 4 or 5 guys.
We underuse Darnell so much.
Oh, my gosh. Don't even get me started.
I'm like, if we're on the 20, put Darnell all the way
that
you guys
throw it up.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
The way that he handled himself this year with the lack of usage that he had, dude, he has matured an unbelievable amount.
If you go back and watch his high school tape, I don't think there's a single clip of him putting his hand in the ground.
No.
Dude, they were like tunnel screening that big joker in high school. He comes to Georgia his freshman year, and I saw him wall off a backside end and like post up on him and get wide. And I'm like, this dude's never played end of line tight end ever. And he just backwalled a guy. Like, it's like a year 4 movement. And first of all, shouts out Todd Hartley, right? But also that guy. I mean, that dude just.
He's so good. Talk about doing whatever you want. His freshman year at South Carolina, we were up by a ton, and he wanted to come out of the game because he was like, I'm tired, whatever. He cut on the front side of a gap scheme just to cut and got the dude on the ground, and we took it for like 20. And it was just like, man.
Speaking of cutting, Broderick Jones, 3rd down against Ohio State. We're in a rope, so it's like a 3-man sort to the left.
Was it 44? Who was he?
No, it was number 9.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Brod said he long-armed him a couple times because number 9 was long.
A big boy, yeah.
Brod just cuts him. We're sitting in the film. None of us knew Brod did it. Like, had no clue. Brod was like, yeah, I'm going to cut him one time. We're like, no, you're not, Brod. Like, whatever.
Yeah, no, I'm going to get him.
On a rope.
Coach Soros is like, we're like watching. He's like, oh, yeah, let's go protect. He's like, hold on. He's like, Brod, did you just cut him?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And Brod was like, yeah, it worked. Coach Soros was like,
all right,
don't do that again. He's like, next game, you're gonna try to cut this defensive end. He's just gonna avoid you and get sets and hit.
I think that's hilarious that Broderick is such a drop your draw, like, oh my God, that guy's one of one athlete that everybody knows it when they saw it the first time.
Yeah. We have so many alignment like that though. Mims is unbelievable when he wants to be. Mike, I mean, just a lot of dudes. But
I'm telling you, when Micah Morris figures out technique,
he could be just like that.
For any defensive line.
I appreciate you boys.
Film guy Brooks Austin, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your boy Goede. That's Tate Todd over there. Y'all tune in. Appreciate y'all. Bang. All right, we got some high rollers, some quick 6s. We'll see if the boys are gonna get lucky. You got anything to scratch with?
I don't. We'll be resourceful, my guy. Don't even worry about it. Oh, already a winner. Just catching dubs, my boys.
Oh, me too. Come on. Oh, there we go.
You got a free ticket out of it already.
I got $5.
Yep. I just got a free ticket.
Hell yeah.
It's like,
Worth the price of admission.
absolutely.
Well, give me a big copy. What you got for me?
All right, well, we got $5. Round 2, boys.
That's like a malt liquor. It's like those scratches.
Come on, be a dub.
34. I mean, we're all around it. 2.
That's when you know it's a loser.
Yeah.
When you're just like all around it. Yeah.
Yeah, she's a loser. Hey,
Ain't no wrong with silver. 1 for 2 ain't bad.
Awful. We got $5 out of it and 2 free tickets, right?
Yeah, that's a winner.
Bang. Ladies and gents.
Hey,
$5.
that free ticket you're gonna get off that
ticket.
one, that's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one.
This is it.